Coach Prime reloads. Meet the duo tasked with carrying Travis Hunter's legacy at Colorado. You don't just replace a unicorn, you build the next legend. That's the quiet truth resonating across Boulder, Colorado. As Deion Coach Prime, Sanders reshapes the Buffaloes in his image yet again. Just months after bidding farewell to Travis Hunter, a once-in-a-generation two-way phenomenon, Coach Prime has turned his attention toward the future. And that future is beginning to take shape in the form of two ambitious young defensive backs, Maurice Williams Jr. and Preston Ashley. For those who followed college football in 2024, Travis Hunter's name was synonymous with jaw-dropping versatility. A weapon on both sides of the field, he totaled over 1,250 receiving yards and 15 touchdowns as a wideout, while racking up 4 interceptions as a lockdown defensive back. His impact was so profound that it challenged the very norms of college roster building. He didn't just play two positions, he dominated them. His final accolade? Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year. Replacing a player like that is more than difficult. It's borderline unfair. But Sanders isn't trying to replicate Hunter. He's building something new, a team of culture, character, and conviction. Enter Maurice Williams Jr., a rising prospect out of Louisiana who stunned recruiting circles by flipping his commitment from Liberty to Colorado shortly after visiting Boulder. And make no mistake, this wasn't a quiet decision. Hours after announcing his commitment, Williams delivered a statement brimming with conviction. Playing for a university like Colorado is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Being able to showcase my talents on a high level is an ultimate blessing. At 5'11" and 165 pounds, Williams might not overwhelm at first glance. But his tape tells a more compelling story. He's a gritty, fearless defender with explosive closing speed, sticky coverage, and a nose for physicality. He presses at the line with confidence, reads quarterbacks with poise, and doesn't shy away from larger receivers. His game is built on instinct, resilience, and effort, all traits Coach Prime values above star ratings. Williams' arrival marks a new era for the Buffalo's secondary. While he may not mirror Hunter's offensive prowess, his defensive ceiling is high, and his hunger is undeniable. More importantly, his commitment signals that Sanders still knows how to pull talent, even when the national rankings aren't yet sold on his rebuild. But Williams isn't alone. Just hours before his flip, it was Preston Ashley who made headlines. A 4-star cornerback from Brandon, Mississippi, Ashley brought a dose of Southern swagger and primetime flair to his commitment announcement. At a celebration with family and friends, he declared, "Presto Money, a Colorado Buffalo." The soundtrack? None other than Deion Sanders' classic hit, "Must Be the Money." It wasn't just a commitment. It was a cultural moment. "This showed me that after I leave Brandon, Mississippi, I could call this place home," Ashley said later. "Everything about it, from the coaches to the city. I was really blown away." That single quote underscored what Deion Sanders has been preaching since he took over in Boulder. This isn't just about football. It's about family, faith, and future. Ashley's profile is impressive. Standing at 6 feet tall with elite footwork and quick twitch movement, he's a natural fit in Sanders' aggressive defensive schemes. In his most recent season, he tallied 68 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, 5 pass breakups, 1 interception, and returned kicks with flair. He was instrumental in leading Brandon High to the Mississippi 7A title game. Initially, Ashley planned to delay his decision, possibly until September. He wanted to wait until the Florida State versus Alabama showdown to make it official. But once he stepped foot in Boulder, that plan was out the window. "I was done window shopping," he told Buff Stampede. Colorado felt right. That sentiment isn't just poetic, it's powerful. In today's recruiting world, where decisions are often driven by flashy nil offers, stadium tours, and media hype, it's refreshing to see top talent gravitate toward a program because of its coach's message, not just the money. Colorado's 2026 class is still in its infancy. At the time of Williams and Ashley's commitments, it ranked 89th nationally and last in the Big 12. That's not exactly headline-grabbing. But rankings don't measure heart. They don't measure leadership. And they certainly don't account for the prime effect. What Sanders has always understood, and what critics often miss, is that winning culture isn't just about stacking stars. It's about building belief. In Williams and Ashley, he has two players who believe in his system, his vision, and perhaps most importantly, in each other. Together, they represent the foundation of what could become a future lockdown duo. No, they may not replicate Hunter's jaw-dropping stat lines. They might never make highlight reels on both sides of the ball in the same game. But they don't need to. They bring their own brand of fire and tenacity, a next man up mentality forged by discipline and pride. Sanders himself has said repeatedly that culture eats talent for breakfast. His focus in recent recruiting cycles has shifted toward players with something to prove, not just to the world, but to themselves. Williams and Ashley check that box in permanent ink. For now, Colorado fans can rest easy knowing that the secondary is in the hands of two battle-ready warriors. Their journey is just beginning, but their impact could be massive. It's also a subtle reminder that Prime's influence hasn't waned. Even as he recovers from his latest health issues, his vision for Colorado remains crystal clear. The goal is bigger than just bowl eligibility. Sanders is chasing relevance, dominance, and legacy. To achieve that, he's putting trust in young men who aren't afraid of expectations, only failure. And here's the beautiful part. These commitments are just the beginning. As the 2026 class continues to take shape, don't be surprised if more under-the-radar stars begin surfacing in Boulder. Coach Prime has made a career out of flipping narratives, and if recent events are any indication, he's not done yet. So what's next for Williams and Ashley? Training, grinding, leading. They'll enter a program still finding its footing, but filled with ambition. They'll face offenses looking to test them early, and they'll carry the pressure of wearing the same colors once donned by a unicorn. But pressure, as they say, makes diamonds. And if there's one thing Coach Prime knows how to do, it's polish diamonds until they shine under the brightest lights, building the foundation with Prime's vision. Williams' commitment marks only the fourth recruit for Colorado's 2026 class, a class currently ranked 89th nationally and dead last in the Big 12 by rivals. But numbers rarely tell the whole story. Because in Deion Sanders' world, it's not always about star ratings. It's about culture, character, and belief. And Williams? He's a culture guy. What he brings is effort, edge, and a readiness to learn under the man who redefined swagger. Williams may be unpolished, but he's moldable. Coach Prime isn't just building a football team. He's sculpting a mindset. And players like Williams are the clay. Enter Preston Ashley. Presto money hits prime time. But just before Williams flipped, another Southern star made headlines, and he made them in style. Four-star cornerback Preston Ashley out of Brandon, Mississippi, wasn't going to let his moment pass quietly. He didn't just commit, he made it a show. A video featuring Deion's iconic "Must Be the Money" playing in the background sent chills across the recruiting world. Surrounded by friends, family, and fans, Ashley declared, "Presto money, a Colorado Buffalo." It was everything Coach Prime could have asked for, a celebration of identity, passion, and purpose.